Did you guys have any luck with it while it was on the market? Did you get a lot of showings and stuff?
Like 5 showings.
Okay.
I think the biggest problem is the interest rates right now.
Well, they've actually, in the last 6 weeks, they've come down from 8% down to 6.25%, which is really interesting. We've got a lot of buyers that are back, chomping at the bit to get into places. And then the Fed just announced last week that he's doing 4 rate reductions in 24. So we're expecting January to be the busiest January that we've seen in probably over a decade.
Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow.
All right, guys. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. We are in the last 2 weeks of 2023. It is December 16th. Something that I've been doing, and I've picked up 2 listings in December off of doing this. I am keeping a close eye on the canceled list, canceled hot sheet list. I refresh my MLS frequently throughout the day, and I continue going back and looking for any canceled. Now, I just went on a listing appointment with one that had been canceled 15 minutes. I reached out to him, and the gentleman said, yeah, well, I decided to pull it off. I wasn't real happy with the old agent that had it. And we are in the worst time of the year to sell a property. And I went, really? Right? We don't have to just accept their faulty perceptions. Now, we are in the worst time of the year to sell property, but in the last 6 weeks, interest rates have come down from 7.8 down to low 6s, right? In the right circumstances, which means the buyers are heating up. And we are in a position, especially with the Fed announcing that he's going to do 4 price reductions in 2024. Like, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And so I explained this to him. I explained that, right now things are heating up. Interest rates are lower than they were. And the Fed has given us a really favorable outlook to what 2024 is going to look like. So, pulling it off is fine if that's what you want to do, but you may be missing opportunities by doing that. And he said, well, let's get together tomorrow to look at the place and bring listing paperwork with you. This thing had been taken off the market, had been canceled off the market 15 minutes. And I picked up a listing right on the phone. So going after those, keeping a close eye on those with people that are getting told this doom and gloom scenario by their current agent because he or she is not able to sell it, right? So rather than just owning up to it or trying to change something to make it sell, it's like, well, it's the hardest time to sell stuff and whatever. This particular property was not priced badly. It didn't have great photos. It certainly didn't have drone photos. It didn't have some of the things that I would do to, market the property and see if we can get it sold. But it's a great time to sell. It's always a great time to sell. You can figure out a way to explain in every market why it's a great time to sell. But today, so I've got a expired queued up. It had been on the market for 140 days. And then expired off the market. Now we are, a week and a day away from Christmas. But no reason not to give these people a call and see how they're doing, seeing if we can help them in any way, right? Our goal is not necessarily to pick up a listing, and the better we get at not breathing commission breath all over them, the better we're going to get at converting people, right? And something else to remember. People talk about objections all the time and objection handling and objection overcoming and all that stuff. I don't really get that too much. I don't get a lot of objections that I have to overcome. And it might just be that I look at them totally different. An objection is nothing more than a problem that client, that person is having in getting to the result that they want to have. And so rather than looking at it as an objection that we have to overcome, why not look at it as a problem to solve? Something where we can help them do what they want to do anyway, right? So it's not really an objection, but I was listening to a podcast the other day and I heard a phrase, and I'm going to start using it, right? The phrase went like this: relationships are the greatest objection eliminator, right? If you're building good relationships with people, you're not going to get the objections. You're not going to get them objecting to what you're trying to do to help them. because you've built the relationship. If you didn't put money in the bank, right? If you didn't make deposits into the bank, then you can't make a withdrawal. And these clients are the exact same thing. You have to deposit money in the bank before you can withdraw out business. And if you don't make that deposit, then you're overdrafted. You can't draw out the business. So think about it from that perspective. Think about it like your bank account. Pour value into these people, help them. If you do that, then you will have a positive bank account that you can withdraw from. All right, so let's go in here. I want to tell you guys about this expired that I'm calling. It is, this thing up here. It was listed for $449,900. Now, I'm a big fan of price bracketing. I talk about this with the prospects that I'm meeting with, my real estate prospects, and we talk about the importance of price bracketing and how you get more eyes on your property by properly pricing them. Going 449.9 is a mistake. And here's why. 449.9 is like gas pump pricing. Someone will not pay. Someone will drive an extra 4 blocks to get gas at $2.99 a gallon versus the $3 a gallon gas that's right there where they are. They will drive out of their way, probably spend more money doing it to go get that $2.99. It's a mind thing. Oh, I got to get the cheaper gas, right? Agents apply that to pricing homes, but there's a big mistake with that. The buyers in the market are looking in even numbers. They're looking in $25,000 increments. So in this case, it's a $449,900 house. Let's say there's a buyer out there that's pre-qualified up to 445. They're going to search from 350 to 450. And by searching from 350 to 450, they hit that target property, the one that we're selling for 449.9, right? And they're like, hey, I can probably get this for 445, right? Because 449.99 is real close to 445. That's the limit of my budget. I think I can take a big swing at this and maybe get them to accept an offer. So think about it from this perspective. If you are operating at the very limit of your budget, how hard are you going to negotiate for the initial price? You're going to go hard because you don't have any extra money. Now, when the inspection report comes in and there's a repair list, how hard are you as the potential buyer? How hard are you going to push to get everything on the inspection list fixed? Because if you're operating at the very limit of your budget, you don't have a lot of residual income that you can just, money laying around to do repairs and whatnot after you move in. So you're going to push really, really hard. It's going to be a difficult negotiation on the repairs. And think about an appraisal gap. How hard is that going to be? How hard are you going to push on an appraisal gap? Because if you're operating at the very limit of your budget, you don't have extra money to throw in to cover a gap. So pricing your house 449.9 is going to capture the ones that are searching, in this case, from 350 to 450. But think about this. Think about the buyers that are in the pool that are approved to 545. They're going to search from 450 to 550, right? Now, 450 to 550 means because of $100, they don't even see this property. This might be the perfect property for them. It may fit them like right to a T. And think about this. If they're operating at the very bottom of their budget, how difficult are they going to be on the negotiation? How difficult are they going to be when it comes to a repair request coming over? How difficult are they going to be on an appraisal gap? Chances are, since they're operating at the very bottom of their budget, there's going to be very easy negotiations. We can work through this. Not a big deal. By pricing your home 449.9, you eliminate all the easy negotiations and you are locking in the hardest negotiations that you could possibly have, and you're cutting your views in half. If this property was priced at $450,000 even, $100 more, then it would get all of the eyes from 450 to 550 and all of the eyes from 350 to 450. You double the amount of eyes on the property and fired after 140 days on the market. So we're going to call, see if we can get a story. Doesn't look like it went under contract once. And it's almost 3,000 square feet, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. Nice place. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. These are the things. See, before each call, when we are going after quality versus quantity, this is some of the acrobats that I'm doing in my head, getting familiar with it. We're going to talk on this call. If we end up with a really good conversation, we're going to talk about price bracketing because that's important. We're also going to talk about, let's see, photos aren't bad. Okay. Everything about the photos is fine. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Pull this back up. So in this particular case, this isn't a bad photo. Everything's nice and green. It was taken in the spring or the early summer. Again, another nice photo. I might have made that the thumbnail. You get to see more of the house. Great photography. Oh, see, mistake. What a mistake. So this is a little cartoony looking to me, right? But then you really get the cartoon effect when they take this empty room and then they all of a sudden populate it with couch, a table. Now it looks like a straight up cartoon. And they should have had one or the other, have the empty room in there or have the furnished room in there, not both. I don't like that at all. It looks fake. It looks like a cartoon. And they did it again. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. Are they trying to show both what it looks like empty and what it looks like full? They're going to do it again. Oh, I'm not a fan. Pick one or the other. If you're going to virtually stage and look, now they're virtually, oh my God. Somebody got an account with a virtual stager and just went bananas with this. Look, you've got this furniture in here virtually staged. Then again, this furniture, same room, different angle. And then they did it again. And now you've got this room again with totally different virtual staging. And what do you have? Rubber across the floor with tape? Is this virtual staging or like who would put? I'm so confused. In a totally different virtual staging. I have no idea. You know, I was going to start off saying great photography, but I'm not a fan of a photographer that comes in that leaves a trash can on the vanity here, leaves a towel hanging off here. This is just sloppy. This room is staged okay. I'd have got rid of the bear and I'd have got rid of this hamper. All right, we're back to outside where the photos make a little more sense. Drone photos, I like that. It's waterfront neighborhood. I like that. Right? This all of this, I'm a big fan of. Yep. Okay. Well, that was a bit of an adventure that went down a path I didn't see. When I was kind of perusing the photos in their little small form in the little thing at the bottom, I was like, oh, this is going to be good photos. I had no idea I was going to get in and be shocked with how weird those photos were. So let's see what Ralph is 67. So let's see what he has to say about this thing coming off the market. I think it's going to be, hell, I can't even tell. Some of those photos obviously are without furniture. So I'm thinking it's vacant, but then some of those photos are odd. The furniture that's in there, I can't imagine a virtual stage or plugging those pieces with baby gates and stuff. So Gotta think some of those are real photos and some of them are virtually staged and they don't make a lot of sense. Ralph, love hearing the phone ring.
Well,
Hey, Ralph.
hey,
Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent. Saw you guys had a property on Brayview that came off the market. Is that right?
yeah, I think Howard Hanna, because it ran out, but
Yes,
right
sir.
now I'm gonna have to take it off the market for a little while.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my wife had a stroke and she's in rehab.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Is she going to be okay?
They're saying she'll regain use of her arm, her left arm and leg, but
Oh my goodness.
she's gonna have to go through therapy for it. And then I've got a I got a lot of stuff I got to fix now that
Gotcha.
this has happened. So
Gotcha, man. I'm sure sorry to hear that.
yeah,
Did you guys have any luck with it while it was on the market? Did you get a lot of showings and stuff?
like 5 showings.
Okay.
I think the biggest problem is the interest rates right now.
Well, they've actually in the last 6 weeks, they've come down from 8% down to 6.25%, which is really interesting. We've got a lot of buyers that are back, chomping at the bit to get into places. And then the Fed just announced last week that he's doing 4 rate reductions in 24. So we're expecting January to be the busiest January that we've seen in probably over a decade.
Yeah, it's gonna take me probably till we'll say late February, early March, for I'm gonna have the house ready to go again.
I gotcha. Do you anticipate putting it back on with Howard Hanna, or are you going to interview some agents?
So other people,
Gotcha. Well, I'd love to send you over my resume so you can meet me on paper. Out of the agents that we have in our MLS, I'm ranked number 16th,
okay?
and 6 of those above me are entire teams. So I have a lot of success in getting these properties sold.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you want, I can give you an email. You can send all the stuff to.
Yes, sir. I would love to.
It could be .edu.
Are you a teacher?
Now, I'm actually the manager of the vehicle service center for the university.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. Have you been there a long time?
12 years.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, do you have any questions for me?
Right now, like I say, I've got to get my main focus right now is to get her well,
Absolutely.
and then I'm gonna, get the house back up and ready where I can put it back on the market. And I'm gonna go with definitely a different realtor than what we had. So
Yes, sir. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe the first or second week of January, I'll shoot you a call. I'd like to come out and meet you guys, and that way you can put a face to a voice kind of thing.
all right,
All righty.
all right, buddy, sounds good.
Thank you, sir. Have a fantastic Christmas.
You too.
All right, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, guys, we're afraid to make these calls, right? Because we're worried we're going to end up with assholes on the other line, people that are angry that they didn't sell their house. This poor guy is like he's going through some stuff with him and his wife and health issues and whatnot, and he's absolutely going to go with a different real estate agent the next time around, and probably going to be in February. So now think about this. It's December 16th. We're talking 60 days. 60 days from now, he's going to be looking for an agent and he's going to start interviewing other agents. And who's first in the door? Who's the first one that he's going to see? He's getting ready to see my resume in 5 minutes. And I've already laid the groundwork. I'm not setting an appointment while his wife is sick. Christmas is 1 week away and all that other stuff. But I've laid the groundwork as to the next expectations. Hey, first or second week in January, I might reach back out to you. I'd love to come out and meet you guys so you can put a face to a voice, right? He's completely open to that idea. So why not jump on these phones? Look, guys, this time of year especially, check those canceleds 5, 6 times a day. Check the expireds every single morning, right? I'm a big fan of first of the month, getting the big batch of expireds and going after them, but check the expireds every single morning. See if anything expires off the market. Y'all saw these photos. I'm blown away at how weird and cartoony those photos were. And additionally, He only had 5 showings in 140 days. Is that because of the photos? Is that because of the interest rates? Is that because of like what is that because of? Who knows? But when he said the thing about the interest rates, you heard me jump in with, we don't have to allow them to have a false perception of reality. And so he said the thing about the interest rates, and I'm like, well, actually, I'm excited for where the interest rates are and where they're going, because over the last 6 weeks, they've come down from just under 8% to like 6.25%, which is exciting. The buyers are really picking up a lot of steam, and we are getting ready to have the busiest January we've ever had with the Fed announcing these rate reductions. I want to get him excited about the prospect of selling his house again. Now, he has bigger fish to fry right this moment. I get that. I'm a family man. I've got a wife and 2 small children, and I totally understand. Your wife is sick. You need to handle that. But at the same time, let me go ahead and set the groundwork so that wife's out of rehab, the repair work, or the whatever he has to button up to get it ready to list again is done. Now here I come. I've already established myself as the agent. Let's go. Right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just going to keep this as a short one today. It's a great phone call. You guys can check this out. Look, do me a favor. If you want to come in here and make these Zoom calls with me, let's do it. Right. Book a call on my Calendly below. Come in here and we'll jump on these calls together. If you want one-on-one coaching, I have a program for that as well. Book a call on my Calendly below and we'll work on that. We'll get your habits and your rhythms down so that you can start crushing this and knocking out 4, 5, 6 closings a month, right? That's really the goal, is to get comfortable, to not to get comfortable like we're going to relax into this thing, but to get comfortable like my bank account is happy with me. Also, if you're looking for a brokerage change, if you're looking back on your year, we're in December. So a lot of us are sitting back and going, okay, did we hit our goals we set out for the year? Where were the problems? Like, what could we have done better? And there's a percentage of people that are looking back on the year going, I got to shake things up, right? I don't think the fit is right where I am now. I would love to have a conversation with you about what it would look like if you partnered with us, if you joined my brokerage, and you and I could partner together directly and really get out here and crush these things. So if that is of interest to you, I've got my Calendly link below in the description. Go on there, book a call on my Calendly. Let's get in here and do this thing. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you on the next one.